Alright, next video. So, the last video we had stripped everything out of the rear end of this thing, which nothing's changed. The old hover wagon. I cleaned up a little bit. I did start working a little bit because I didn't know if it was going to work for me or not. I took this leaf pack all apart, and I mean, torches out, it was a little ugly. But I managed to get it back together, put a bolt in. I'm happy with it. It'll be fine for what we're doing. I'm sure once it's in the rear end and I got, you know, brand new U-bolts and all that stuff, it'll hold together, be no big deal. And yeah. So anyways, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I might get set up. So, these bushings, they're all sacked out and stuff. But generally what I've done in the past is I kind of pork out the rubber and the bolt. And then what it leaves behind, you can kind of see this with my thumb, this outer layer, that's what's going to be left. So then I'll just kind of run the torch in there, split it, and then it comes out no big deal. Gentle. And then once the other, the new bushings come, we just press them in on the press. So I might get that taken care of just because it's ugly, shitty work, and I don't really want to do it. It's already late, and I might start putting some wheel well patches in. But I want to get that all dialed together, get all ready to go. I'm going to clean the rear end up. I want to re-weld the pads on because they're just spot welded on. And I've always heard, who knows, but the rear end actually spins in the pad. And you can actually spin the rear end right around. So there's only those two and then one where it's on both sides. So it's, I guess, 3. So I just kind of like, you run the zip disc in there best you can on both sides. And you just burn them in. That way it won't spin. And yeah, I'll clean out, this is where this is the centering where the bolt's going to go, or this little pin on the other side actually. And I'll clean that up, make sure it's good. Otherwise, I'm going to worry about the brakes once it's on the car. No point fighting it right now. I have brand new everything. I'll just kind of slice it all off once it's on there. Yeah. Sounds like an alright evening, right? See how much we get done. Alright, so just a quick update here. Using this like ball joint press kit. Actually, we got this for pouring for Christmas. I've already used it to install a few ball bushings and stuff like that on the front end of this thing. And now we're going to use it to press out the bushing here. So, I mean, pretty simple. You can see it's starting to work its way out. Whether or not I'm using this properly is irrelevant. I'm just trying to get the centerpiece out, then the rubber will come out, and then we're going to torch the other stuff. You know, grease up the threads, crank it out. Just that easy. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys can subscribe to the channel so you can really judge me in the comments. You don't want to miss this stuff. This is grade A butchery. Would you guys like to tell me? So you see the bushing is out. It's actually unfortunate this one was so... You can see the rust between the bolt and the sleeve. So it just seizes in there and not much you can do about it. But this didn't look too sacked out. But, so we're open there. But now, like I said, you got that little... the outer sleeve or whatever. So I'm just going to kind of run a torch through it real lightly, and I should be able to kind of fold it onto itself, and then hammer it out. So that's my plan, and yeah. Once we do that, then maybe we'll set the laps up while I struggle on that one. This one pretty easy, so naturally the other one will be an absolute nightmare. There it is. So it's out a little on the hot side, but that one fought me a fair bit, actually. This one must have been changed or something like that, because that one was in decent shape. That one was all beat up and oblong and stuff. So, I don't know, whatever, it is what it is. I checked the bushings and all my parts, suspension-wise, Straps, I don't know about, but everything else should be here tomorrow. Straps supposed to be Friday, just checked. It's about 10 o'clock. I'm kind of getting tired, running out of jam. I think what I'm going to do before I go in, I'm going to weld the diff. So I'm just going to set the laps up. We'll just clean it up. Buzzer in hot, and then we'll call it for the night. And that way tomorrow, been putting it up, but I'll patch the wheel well. Because that's going to be a pain to do all the welding while there's nothing there, which would be kind of ugly, boring work. If I can get that sorted, 100% done, then if the diff's done and I can get the bushings, I can put that back together, put the diff on the leafs, or leafs in, whatever, you know, and hang that back up in the factory spot, and I can just place, so I got the new tank inside, I just place the new tank up where I want it with the sending unit and all that stuff, and then just put the straps in at a later date, I'm hoping, or Friday, or just have it all loose. So it's all in there and dialed, because I got to try to figure out what I want to do for an exhaust system, and I want to know where everything's going to kind of be. And I got to measure for a drive shaft, because I'm going to have to get one probably custom made, because apparently the guy was telling me, the 700R4 is its own unique tail shaft or something like that, 7 inches or 8 inches or something like that. And I mean, a turbo 350 or a 400 are either like 6, 9, or even 12, I guess. So nothing will cross over. Which, whatever, I mean, we've got the motor in a random ass spot and everything. So yeah, we gotta get that all in. I want the rear end 100% where it's gonna be, put the shocks in. I guess I can do a fair bit tomorrow. Hopefully get the rear end all sorted. And then we'll move on to something else, maybe interior? I don't know. Oh yeah, I still gotta run brake lines and fuel line. Just, there's so many damn jobs in these old cars. You know, you'd think they can just sit out in the bush and be completely neglected for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and then just go back together and have no issues. I don't know why they fight me so hard. So rear ends all well together. The insides went okay because you actually kind of get the grinder in. The outsides, it's kind of tough. Where the two metals are sandwiched together, you try and poke it in there best you can, but it's got 7 years of rust and grime in there. So, wasn't perfect, but it's better than it was. I had the same issue. I did the 55, but I figure it still has the factory 6 spots on it. Then anything you can get on top of that is a win, right? So yeah, that's what I'm leaving for a night. I'm not worried about this at all. That's the main reason I didn't want to start on the tubs. I hate welding and stuff like that, and then just going inside for the night and coming back to a possible fire. So I'm going to leave that tomorrow. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to force myself to get in there. The welder's out, it's set up, it's ready to go. I got the batteries charging for the lights. It'll be the first thing I touch. That way, yeah, I'll actually maybe do it. Doesn't have to be pretty, it has to be sealed up. See you guys tomorrow. Alright, next day. It's cold as hell. Lucked out, the old Rock Auto Box showed up. So I got some bushings. Actually, another double bonus. The straps showed up for the fuel tank. So that's awesome. While I was rooting around for parts, I found these. I bought these years ago on Amazon. I bought 2 sets. Brand new, yellow, because they gotta be yellow, slapper bars. They were like 50 bucks on Amazon, so I bought them, because how could you not? I gotta clean up. Man, I don't even know how I make such a mess. But bushings came, so those are the 2. I think they're the same eyelets, but I did mark. But they just kind of, those just fit in real simple. The shackle runs through them. And then here is the one we gotta push in, which shouldn't be too bad. I already did the one. I just jammed her in with the the press merges keeps on giving. So I can get that dialed in, get that together. The rear end's welded, it's pretty much ready to go in. So all I gotta do is put the new fuel tank in, I guess. Actually, it worked out fantastic that those straps came. Then I put the fuel tank in, I gotta put the sender in it and stuff like that, put it all together. But I think I'm just gonna get this one shackle, or the leaf, together. Then I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then we'll start installing stuff. It should be a good evening. It's all brand new things. What could go wrong? Oh, I shouldn't have said it. Okay. A little jump ahead there. I've been screwing around under the car, which is always fun. I made a little patch panel and schmoed it in, and then I did across. Well, I finished welding in the back of the floor, so that's all dialed. I got to do this exact section on the other side, so just the wheel tub, and then just a little section between the frame and the tub. So I think I'll get set up over there. Maybe with the laps on it. It's kind of hard to film up in the wheel tub, but it's taken care of. And once I get that done, which is super easy, it's just lame under there. Then I can put the fuel tank together, put it in, and go from there. It is frickin' cold outside. It's like 35 below or something like that today. So the garage is cold. It sucks. It's actually not too bad, but when you're on the concrete, heated floors is the way to go. But yeah, I'll get all set up over there and we'll go full throttle. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I ended up doing this other wheel tub. I had the camera all set up and everything, but it's just so ugly and messy, and I didn't want to get the camera screwed. So I didn't film it, but it's done. Now, what I have done, I pulled out this goofy fuel tank. It has a sender and a little hardware, little gasket, and a little O-ring to go to the filler. Now what I'm gonna do, I've got the other tank. Just gonna make sure I have the filler in the same orientation, so it should be good. And then yeah, slap this thing together. I'm gonna try and push it up in the. I'm thinking the wheel tub will kind of. I really had to take this thing to get it out. Oh, the old one, I should say. So I'm thinking it'll kind of hold itself, and then the straps. They're not, God, is it messy in here? That's probably the rear end's yard sailed. There's just stuff everywhere. But, so the straps are just straight. So, they don't say wagon on them. So I don't know if they're all the same or not. But, basically just kind of hook them in and loop them up and just kind of zing them up. So, that I will set up. I'll get the tripod up. We'll get the tank all dialed together. And we'll slide her in. And get her all pinned together. Alright. Wow, I do look white in this light, eh?
I told you!
So, I got the tank together, I got the sender in with a little gasket. I put a little shmoo of silicone in the fill. A brand new gasket on this filler tube, which is loose. We got our new bolts and a little cross member. And we're going to try and slide this sucker in. And then we got new straps and all that. I'm thinking it'll just kind of hold itself. And Danny's holding the camera.
But who's holding Danny?
Gravity? This is a dumb design.
Dumb design or... Are we calling that installed? Are you just holding it up with your knee?
That's right. Pass me a little straps.
How am I supposed to do that?
Stick it.
Oh, all of the hands are currently occupied. No, I didn't get close enough. I missed.
You know, it's my fault. I should have just used the tripod.
Yes.
Oh, what the heck? This is like... Oh, my Leatherman?
You were ill prepared for this situation.
Totally was.
You need me to get you something?
I got it.
Feats of strength.
This is... Probably should have gone on first. It's all about learning. take this out.
Ooh, maybe you should be wearing some goggles.
Stupid rocks. Oh man, this is way worse than a sedan. Oh, oh,
Are you okay?
it's in my hair.
Oh no. You got it?
I got it. I should use the floor jack for this or something.
Huh. What a fine idea. That somebody else would have had.
Oh.
I feel like you should slow-mo you coming up.
Oh no.
Oh no, 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 no.
Why that? You have to back up so I can move over.
I can do that.
Oh. It's one of those things where just a lot of stuff has to happen at once. Oh, there we go. I know what this is all connected to. Really going for it.
Do you want me to stop?
Nope. It's like all Steven Spielberg-y.
Well, now they get two perspectives.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's man.
That wasn't precarious at all.
Yeah, actually, could have been a lot worse. Or you'd be in trying to be funny. Right? Look at that. I just did my favorite part of this car is just jamming brand new expensive parts. It's like $400 into this old ratty car. And guess what, guys? I didn't paint above the tank. I know it would have taken 8 seconds. But yeah, so that's all on. Straps are on. I got little rubber isolators on it. Had little pads up top, so it should be good. I guess I silicone that. It's all back together. I don't know how it joins up there. Hopefully it's all good. But the next thing I gotta do, I'm just like lying down here. It's kind of nice. It wasn't so cold. Where are they? Oh, these little holes right here. Let me just adjust my light. These holes here, which are full of dirt, that's where the shackle is on the other side. So I'm gonna clean that out, and then I should be able to. Oh, that bolt's not tight. I should be able to just run the shackles, or the leafs, which are right there. Put them in, brand new bushings, and hang those. Yeah, I'll just show you. I'm gonna put the diff on it and then jack them into place. Actually, I'm gonna take those rear shackles apart and change the bushings real quick. So this thing's coming together in a hurry. All right, progress is being made. So the leafs are back in. So there's just one bolt going through the front, just to kind of hold them. So we got that. I had to fight and get the shackles out. Man, I had to torch them, get them all hot because this rubber was just, you can see it's all kind of schmelted, but it was stuck in. So I have the other side set up ish. So what we're gonna do next, I'm gonna try and do, is hoist the rear end over, and these pins, locating pins, so on the little pad there, so we'll get that on. Then I can put my U-bolts on, and I got these ready to go. These are the little clamps on the bottom, and I got them all ground down because we're gonna have to weld new attachments for these shock absorbers in the back. So that is what the shackle looks like. So we got her in, and you just put one side in, I gotta put a bushing in actually, because once the rear end's in, you kind of lift it up and you just kind of floop, toss it on there. Just that easy. I wonder if I should put one side up and in and hoist the rear end over. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Anyways, I'll get kind of dialed together. We'll set the lapse camera up and we'll struggle this rear end in. Oh, be a good time. Check that out! I know it probably doesn't look overly impressive just because we were basically here 2 days ago, but yeah, we got all new bushings, front and back. Everything is just loose. So again, with any sort of suspension stuff, you want to have the weight of the vehicle on the axle and at ride height before you hammer those in. So I'll get them started so they're a little bit closer than that, but torqued down. You want to make sure the weight's on there. So I'll do that in a bit. But yeah, we're all on. Brand new U-bolts. Everything's working there. What I have done, or I have to do right now, so the shocks, I ground down a little spot where they're going to be, and they're on. So I've taken, these are the shocks, so they have a little, the pointy bit goes up through the floor and then just anchors down like a standard kind of, front style GM shock. At the back, so this is the little piece they give you. Now, obviously it would go through the shock, wash your nut, you're good. And they have a little piece you could bolt to the little pad. Well, on this side, I've already modified it. So I cut threads off. I'll snip this, it'll expand. We'll get her kind of about the right spot. Give her a little blast with the welder, and then just give a couple tacks, make sure it's where I want it. Then burn it the whole way in, and we'll do the same on this side. And so shocks are in, rear end's tight. Tight to the springs are still loose. I kind of want to put these slap bars on. It's already getting late, it's like 11 o'clock. But at least hang these on, just to make it look like, otherwise it's just a rusty rear end we haven't even really touched. I do have all the brakes. I bought all brand new wheel studs, so it'll be brand new front, brand new back, just all the little things. Say what you will about it being ratty, it's going to be safe. I'm spending the money and the time and all the stuff that make it ride nice and stop nice and last and just be a safe hot rod, no rust, but looks like shit. I got a funny taste. Anyways, I'll get dialed on that. We got the old little one charging, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll blast those in real quick. I think that's it for tonight in this video. It's been a lot going on, and I'm tired. I'm actually hungry too. Well, what a pile of work! To look like junk, all it looks like I did is well, I guess I put a fuel tank in, a set of shocks, and some slapper bars. Now, the slapper bars obviously have a pile of space there, but the fact that the diff's hanging, I actually can't even do the shocks up because the threads are actually still not even through the floor. So I'll have to, put the weight on the axle, push the shocks up, see how the old slap bars are. I know they're kind of supposed to be around the eyelet, and they're not long enough for that, so they'll hit the spring or whatever. You can adjust it with different spacers. But let's be honest, this is just for the cool factor. These Tri-5s do have a bad axle wrap issue, but I'm hoping with regular size tire and a bunch of horsepower, we'll overcome those issues. But that's really it for now. I think I will do brakes and stuff like that next. Get this all finished up. I'll start tomorrow. Well, you guys will see it, right? But get the brakes dialed, run some more lines, get everything kind of under here all taken care of. And yeah, but that's it for me tonight. I'm going in, I'm tired. Thank you very much for watching. As always, appreciate the comments and the views and the shares and all those things. But if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, do me a huge favor, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.